Ladies and gentlemen, damas y caballeros, it's Leave It in the Ring.
Okay, guys, everybody's been hitting me up about my prediction about who I'm gonna pick and what I think is gonna happen between Sugar Shane Mosley versus Pretty Boy Floyd. So here it goes, man. First off, we got a fight here that a lot of us have been anticipating. It's been considered a dream match for a lot of hardcore fight fans, including myself. I've been wanting to see this fight for some time. It's been over like a decade, I believe, since these guys, have been calling each other out. There's always been something kind of in a roadblock between the both of them, but now it's down to it. I'm going to say something, because I was a little surprised. I'm seeing a lot of now fight fans saying that this is an easy fight. Sugar Shane Mosley doesn't have a chance, and I'm thinking, wait a minute. Wasn't this just a few months ago? A lot of fight fans were saying that, Floyd needed to fight a legitimate welterweight. And now, now you're having these same fans or other fans saying oh, he has no chance. There's no way. So I'm kind of confused. Which one is it, man? Is Floyd fighting a legitimate, a welterweight that we've all considered, one of the best in the world? Or is he fighting another guy right now that, he shouldn't be stepping in the ring with? Is this a hand-pick opponent? And I'm going to say, no, it's not a hand-pick opponent. This was an opponent that was really trying to just wait off and hold off for a longer run because he wanted Manny Pacquiao, Floyd. And now, that what happened between him and Manny, it left all but Sugar Shane Mosley to step in and take the replacement, which I really honestly considered a very dangerous fight for Pretty Boy Floyd. Now, a lot of people say, well, Shane Mosley has problems with slick fighters. Yeah, but these slick fighters that he's lost to have been much bigger guys. Vernon Forrest is really more of a natural 154, even could make 160 because of his height. The same thing with Winky Wright, a guy that blew up all the way to 170, 175 to fight Bernardo Hopkins, something that Shane could never do. So Shane has fought guys that have good. One guy has great defense skills, Winky Wright, but a big man. Another guy that was tall and lanky, and really just had his number. So where does that leave Pretty Boy Floyd? Well, like I said, some fight fans are saying, well, too slick for Shane. Well, you could also say that Shane is too rough for Floyd, because I think a lot of people are not looking at this fight the way it really is, okay? Where, does Pretty Boy Floyd got great defense? Does he have great reflexes? Is he a great counterpuncher? And is he very elusive? Yes, all those things we underline it, and you're absolutely right. He's all of those things, and he's great at it. But Sugar Shane Mosley, great power, great overhand right, knows how to close the distance, doesn't stop until he gets the job done. And there's the one key thing that he knows how to do in a match, and that's hold after landing some shots, okay? And that's something that we have not seen any opponent really do against Pretty Boy Floyd Mayweather, when you look at all the guys from Jose Luis Castillo, from Angel Manfredo, all the way down to Ricky Hatton, even Oscar De La Hoya, even take Oscar out a little bit. Oscar was successful when they did hold each other. Oscar allowed one hand and bang, okay? With the rest of the guys, they didn't do any of that. They didn't try to hold on to him. They didn't pot shot him and then grab onto him. What they tried to do was try to break that defense, which was unsuccessful because of the fact that Floyd likes to put that hip right into the pocket, and that makes sure that he's right there, so he's able to lean back a little bit and look at those wide shots, okay? Not those inside shots that are going to work. He ends up creating you to make you doing wide shots. Where with Shane, I don't see Shane doing any of that. What I do see Shane doing is throwing that jab, that lazy jab he likes to throw, to try to throw that right hand, or throwing that jab to throw the left hook, and then grabbing him, okay? Which is going to really honestly stop Floyd Mayweather from returning shots, okay? Doing any type of countering over, Shane Mosley when Shane decides to tee up. What Shane doesn't want to do in this fight, okay, it's very important, is wait for Floyd to be first. He doesn't want to do that because he's got youth against him and he's got speed against him, okay? Shane can also say, hey, I've never fought anybody as fast as him. Where Floyd can say, I fought Zab Judah, a quick guy, so he's going to be able to adjust. We've seen Floyd Mayweather adjust in fights. Very highly intelligent fighter. Where Shane, we've seen him not adjust. We've seen him just stay in one mode. Sometimes he'll just be a right hand happy. You saw with Miguel Cotto. There was things in there he needed to do to adjust to the game plan to be successful. Some of his camp will put it on blame because he was only getting 60% capacity into his lungs because of his nose. Now that's all fixed. Now they're saying he's getting 100% of oxygen, so there should be no excuse of him trying to do any type of adjustments in the ring. Now, he doesn't want to allow Mayweather to be first. He's got to make sure he goes first. He's got to make sure if he's going to cut that ring off, he's got to cut it effectively, which means that he's going to have to step outside, away from the right hand of Floyd. Because if there's one thing that I love what Floyd does, is if he gets comfortable, he throws that right hand, and once he tees off, he knows how to go under and slip right out. Well, if Shane makes sure that he's stepping outside of that leading foot, guess what? He's actually going to have to turn his body just to throw that right hand. And if he turns that body just to throw that right hand, he's not going to be able to go under because, see, at the same time, what Shane would be doing is taking off the steam off of that hand. He's probably going to get tagged with it, but he's only going to get tagged at the end of that right hand. And guess what? As soon as Floyd decides to go under, Shane's going to be right there to stop him in his tracks. So it's going to make him back up and bang, bang, bang. That's when he's going to be able to open up. Now, like I said too, him being first gives him a lot of advantages. It puts points in the bank so that it looks good for the judges. Now, Shane's got to jab, jab, pop. He's got to only do like 1 or 3 shots against. Then he wants to grab him, hold him, okay? You know, even walk him back to the ropes so that the ref comes in and separates him and puts him back in that same position. Shane can go off what he wants to do, which is pot shot and hold. You know, what does that mean? You stop him from trying to counter shot. You stop him from trying to get away. And that's 1, 2, 3, boom, you grab him. Is it going to take Floyd Mayweather out of his game plan? Hell no. So what else has he got to do to make sure that, you know, he can keep Floyd guessing? Because what's going to happen is Floyd's going to figure out, like, yo, this guy is moving away from my leading right, and he's moving in towards me when he gets close and holds on to me. And Floyd's going to start doing that left hook check. He's going to do that left hook check, which is take a step back and bang with that left, okay? And that's where Shane's got to be really smart. He's going to have to pull back, then drop his right. Okay, he's going to have to be aware. Once Floyd Mayweather decides to do left hook check, he's going to have to pull, hold himself back a little bit, then attack. And attack with the overhand, come back to that body. That left hook to the body, really honestly, because he's like this, he wants to try to focus right in the center of that chest area. You know, forget of the top, forget the jaw, forget the top of the dome. That right hand, you know, the way Shane Mosley throws that right hand, he likes to open that book, then throws it right over the top. To me, that's a great, great move for him to do, because if you saw with the Marquez fight, Marquez was successful in landing his right hand. The only problem was that, you know, is that it was always falling short. It was hitting the cheek. It didn't pinpoint on the chin, and it didn't hit the temple. Well, with Shane's overhand right, it's so sneaky. It's not a really traditional straight right down the pipe or even overhand right like this. What it is, it's like a looping, but comes right back down and zeroes down right on top. And that right there too is something that you got to look at that Sugar Shane Mosley brings to the table. Now, what does Floyd bring to the table? We've already said it. Speed, elusiveness, great counterpunch. You got to establish that jab just the way Miguel Cotto established the jab. You know, and that's the way to keep the distance. Because you know that if there's one thing that Shane has a big, huge habit of doing, and you've seen it in his training camps on 24/7, he likes to get on those toes, the top of his toes, and he likes to do this little nagging jab. That's where Floyd could take advantage of it. Jab right over that. Bing, bing. Go to that back to that body. Bing, bing. You know, and that's going to be successful. I crack up when I hear people say that Floyd runs. I've never seen Floyd run ever since he's moved up the higher weights, you know. That check hook that he does, it is a step back and bang, and he likes to throw it. But it's really, I wouldn't say he's trying to get away from you and run around the ring. He doesn't really do that. See, he'll be unsuccessful to do that when a guy comes in straight forward. See, Floyd likes you to come forward, so he crowds those punches, and then he's able to drop that right uppercut, come back with the left hook, you know, and when you decide to pull out, because that's what's happening, you're there and you're like, okay, I'm not comfortable, because my shots are not teeing off. They're not feeling right, and I'm squaring up. So I need to pull off of this guy so I can land punches. And that's where Floyd gets very successful at, because he's waiting for you to do that. He's waiting for your brain to register saying, hey, I'm not comfortable. Let me add some inches so that I can land some punches. And those inches, really honestly, are for Floyd to tee off of you. I mean, he does a great job jabbing in the stomach. That's one thing that you got to give, you know, Floyd Mayweather, where he can be able to take off the steam off of Shane Mosley. I don't know if he has enough power to do enough damage for Shane to be discouraged, but he can do enough accurate punches that are going to keep Shane in the defense mode, okay? But like I said, you know, it's very hard to discourage a Sugar Shane Mosley, especially a motivated Sugar Shane Mosley. Really, the first time he fought Winky, you know, he wasn't a motivated Shane Mosley. You know, when he was going to fight Winky, you know, it was because it was supposed to set up a big fight with Ricardo Mayorga. When he was going to fight Ricardo Mayorga, it was really honestly, it was a substitute for Zab Judah, you know? But when we see him motivated, like when he fought Oscar De La Hoya in 2001, that was a motivated Shane Mosley. When we see him fight Antonio Margarito, that was a motivated Shane Mosley. So this fight here, you could see in his eyes, you could see the way he's talking, the way his aggression has been coming at in interviews. He wants this fight. He's hungry for this fight. So to not give Sugar Shane Mosley any credit or any chance, really honestly, I kind of find that hard to believe, because then honestly, I'd be biting my tongue by saying, yeah, you're right. When me and among a lot of hardcore fight fans have said this is a fight that he needs to prove that he's the best at a welterweight division. You know, this is a legitimate welterweight. This is not a flunky welterweight. This is a legitimate welterweight. So if Floyd Mayweather is successful, I think you got to give him his props. Well, my pick is everybody's picking Floyd Mayweather. I'm going to pick Sugar Shane Mosley. Can he knock out Floyd Mayweather? Big time he can knock him out, if he can catch him. And that's the big question, if he can catch him. And that's what I'm going to watch the fight for, because I want to see, can he catch him, or does Pretty Boy again paint another picture-perfect portrait for himself to hang up on his wall and tell everybody, see, I told you I'm the greatest.